You see how he just started opening up that can of whoop ass? Watch this. Watch how he just started opening up this can on Michael Hunter. He just started going crazy on him. It's great. But you know, for those of you who don't know, his name is Alexander Usyk. He's from the Ukraine. He has a very highly decorated amateur record. He's 14-0 with 11 KOs. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. It is confirmed that finally this first inaugural season of the World Boxing Super Series for the cruiserweights is finally going to be over. So, as you can see right now, he's the WBC and the WBO cruiserweight champion, 31 years old. We're going to compare his resume to his opponent, Gassiev, and basically what we're going to talk about is who's going to win. Now, in my personal opinion, Usyk is the favorite to win. You know, he has the better overall boxing ability. Now, I'm not taking anything away from Gassiev, but what I'm saying is, okay, just to put things into perspective, I've seen every Alexander Usyk fight. I believe every one. I believe whatever ones are on the internet I've seen. So the point I'm trying to make is comparing both style of fighters, I feel that Usyk has more tricks in his bag. You see what I'm saying? If he wants to, he could play keep away all night and just box and just use the outside of the ring and move. But a lot of people may say, oh, well, that's going to lead to a boring fight. You know, or he can go in there and try to mix it up, which he normally does later on in fights. For example, he's compared to a cruiserweight version of Lomachenko. In fact, they're good friends, being both from the Ukraine and all. You see what I'm saying? So the way I look at it is, I just feel that Usyk has the edge. Now, as we go on, you know, before we get to the fight, especially during fight week, we're going to take a little bit more of a look into Gassiev, because right now I'm like several videos behind on the World Boxing Super Series. For example, we still got to talk about Conor Smith versus George Groves. Also, the 140-pound World Boxing Super Series tournament. So they're trying their best to have this over, you know, this first season before they roll into the next season with the 118-pound division, correct, and this 140-pound division, which looks really good, especially if they can get Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez into that tournament, but it's not yet confirmed. You know, we're hearing reports that they may be in it, but it's not yet confirmed. Like, for example, there's reports that Josh Taylor, if he wins this weekend, this video right now is being recorded on June the 21st, 2018, 9:31 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if Josh Taylor was to win, there's rumors that he'll go into the tournament. You know, but Jose Ramirez, not so likely. Also, it's heavily rumored to be officially announced, which is it's looking likely that it's going to happen, that the World Boxing Super Series, the next year's installment or the next season, is going to be on that Perform Group app streaming service, along with the 16 fight nights we're supposed to get from the UK and the 16 fight nights we're supposed to get here in the States. So I'm really interested to see how much it's going to cost. But either way, already I'm sold. I'm going to pay for it. You know, already I'm sold. But in another video we got to talk about is the streaming services. But anyway, to get back to the World Boxing Super Series, this is also going to be the second fight in a year span since Terrence Crawford defeated Julius Ndongo to become the first undisputed champion since Bernard Hopkins in this 4-belt era. You see what I'm saying? He was the first person to do it at 140 pounds in the 4-belt era. Remember, in this day and age, and yes, there used to be a time where all used to be able to have, like Muhammad Ali, you know, and guys like Mike Tyson, is to have the WBA and the WBA. Excuse me, the WBC, you know, to be the most respected. In this day and age, you got to have that WBC. The WBA is the oldest, the WBC number 2. You got to have that IBF. You got to have that WBO. Despite what you think about their politics or not, you got to have those titles in order to be undisputed in this era. So for this Usyk Gassiev fight, they're fighting for all of the belts, including the Ring Magazine title. But we don't know if the highly coveted and ever so seductive IBO title is going to be on the line. But, you know, we'll see. So, of course, I have more to talk about when it comes to both of these fighters, but I'm going to let it even out a little bit. And also, I'm interested to see what they're going to do in the United States when it comes to the finals of both of these fights. I'm hoping that ESPN Plus picks it up, which is really trying to be a force in the not just boxing but combat sports streaming market over here. Right now they have Top Rank Boxing, you know, and they're picking up international fights. Then next year they're going to have UFC. They have, you know, new shows and everything rolling out. So I'm wondering if they're going to pick up this Usyk Gassiev fight, since it's a big global and historic fight, and also whenever it's officially fully announced, the date, venue, and everything, Groves versus Smith, because right now in the United States we don't have a way to watch it, you know. And then when it came to, you know, the World Boxing Super Series, we was having big issues watching the fights because of the World Boxing Super Series trying to sell it as a package deal. We're not going to just give our fights one or two to it. I don't know. It's too complex. I don't want to confuse you and confuse myself, but I hope they do a better job with it this year. I mean, with this DAZN app, and it's more involved. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.